Yo, what's going on guys? Jared here. Today I'm going to be making a video about one of the new decks coming out of Legacy Destruction, like we talked about in the last video, and I want to do the more competitive ones first. I think I would rather get those out of the way because obviously these decks are proven to be good and can be strong contenders in the meta, so I'd rather do these ones first and put a little more time into them while I can before I jump into the more casual and fun ones, in my opinion. So today we're going to be looking at Tenpai Dragons. I believe that this is the best new archetype coming out of the next set. It's like this, and then my next video is most likely going to be the Yubel deck. I think that is also the next competitive thing after the Tenpai Dragons, but these have been seeing probably the most success coming out of Legacy Destruction and the OCG. So I'm going to be jumping into the deck profile, and I have three kind of combos, replays to show you guys, just to kind of show you guys a little bit how they work. And then, yeah, if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile. Okay, guys, so here is my current list for Tenpai Dragons. Obviously, this is pretty early on for the deck, so any of the non-engine cards can most likely be switched in the future, depending on where the format is, with fire running around and stuff like that. But for now, I think this is a very good standard list to start off with, and to learn the deck especially, and try to get some of the combo downs and push through a lot of boards as well. So going through kind of the card by card, I'm not going to even try to pronounce these things names because they were just so, like, you know, I'm just going to mispronounce it terribly. So I'm just going to say one of the 3 copies of the yellow dragon, 3 copies of the red dragon, and 2 copies of the green dragon. That's it for the Tenpai dragon. There's only 3 of them. 3 copies of the quick play spell, 3 copies of the field spell, 1 terraforming because field spell is 1 card combo, so it's broken, and 3 copies of prosperity. It's pretty much like over here is like the starters of the deck. So obviously it's very consistent. You're playing like 16 starters, which is very, very nice, that are able to OTK your opponents. And that's the big thing, right? Is this is a deck that is built to OTK. You are going in the battle phase and you are just pushing for damage. And this deck excels at that. And the fact that you're able to do it through prosperity is ridiculous. We also have 1 copy of Magnamud. I don't think you need more than this, if I'm being honest. I just don't see the purpose of playing things like Druisworm and Baldrake right now. You're just playing the Magnamud because you'll be able to search one of the dragons during the end phase. And if it's an interruption, that's always a good thing. But like, it's nothing like too crazy. I don't think big shields are crazy right now in the format. It's just that this can search any dragon, and these being dragon is obviously insane. 3 copies of Fenrir, because I think Fenrir is decent right now going into a lot of the decks, especially rogue strategies. So yeah, just a really, really generic strong card. And it's not like you put in Fenrir and you're playing into Nibiru now. No, like you're still playing around Nibiru with this deck perfectly fine by playing Fenrir. Then we have some like kind of like board breaking cards, but things you can use in the battle phase specifically, I think is what I'm really looking for. So I ended up playing 3 copies of Droplet and 3 copies of Chalice. I just think that this beats a lot of the stuff that you're worried about. Yeah, so I just think this helps a lot. Maybe things like Appaloosa, IP Masquerena before we go in the battle phase, stuff like that. Just stuff you don't have to worry about anymore. And then for like the hand traps, I kept this kind of small because you're not really worried about a lot of stuff because you're just breaking through a lot of it. But I have some stuff for matchups that could be annoying, and maybe some choices for like when you're going into battle phase and you need to play around certain things. I think that these cards can help. So obviously Dimensional Shifter is just like most decks just pass to this card. I'm not even going to explain this. Imperm, obviously you can use this on your turn if you draw it for 6 cards, so it can help you break through stuff anyway, no matter what. Ash Blossom and Bell, I think like trap decks are kind of annoying for this deck because they can obviously play in the battle phase. So I wanted to do something kind of in the regard of like Labyrinth. So I wanted to play Bell and Ash for that purpose. But the good thing about Bell is that it's also good against Promethean Princess. So if you are specialing in the battle phase and the Promethean Princess to, like, you know, wall up, interrupt you to stop you from trying to continue your plays, at least you have Bell to make your life a little bit easier. Though this deck can probably play through Princess anyway, if I'm being completely honest. It's really, really strong. So that is going to round it out for the main deck. And then for the extra deck, I have 2 copies of the level 7 Synchro, 2 copies of the level 10 Synchro. These ratios are not finite. You are able to switch around these ratios completely. This is more of a starting list for you to learn it, like I said. 1 copy of Trident Dragon. You don't really need more than this. If you're summoning this, you've probably won the game already. But you can play more if you are having problems with it winning somehow. But this is like, most of the time you have enough damage before you even make this. So this might not even be necessary. 1 copy of Baron, 1 copy of Dispater, 1 copy of Moonlit Dragon, 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon, 2 copies of Heavenly Spheres, 1 copy of Raging Phoenix, 1 copy of Zelantis, Promethean Princess, and Hita. You actually are able to play this little engine here to be able to kill them if you are hand trapped very excessively, and you can have like extra bodies floating around. You're able to go like the fire guy into like Hita, and then take their guy, then go Princess, and then come back, and then go Raging. It's like the same fire line, but you can just do it because it's so generic. It's such a generic line. It's like really silly. I also have seals in here with Baron and Despotter and Moonlit, because sometimes if they make you go first, you're actually able to like do things. Like this deck can actually do things going first as well. Like, and not like anything crazy or like overpowered by today's means, but like you can probably still at least make like 3 interruptions in this deck. So I'm like enjoying playing seals. Also, like seals in general is just like a disgusting card. It only loses to specifically Called by the Grave, and like it's just such an annoying card to deal with, and especially to OTK through. So I like playing 2 seal just in case like the game gets dragged out a little bit. Being able to summon any of your Tenpais for future and wall up 2 is really, really nice. Yeah, and then being able to synchro, quick synchro for these 2 in the battle phase could also be really, really strong. Dispater you were able to make with what's it called, a Bestial and the level 4. Just it's an option, you know, it's not going to come up a lot, but if it does, you know, it's there. So I don't mind it too much. You can also make Dispater with the level 7 dragon and one of the level 3s. Again, how often is this going to come up? Oh, probably not too much, but again, I'd rather have the option there than not have it, because it's still like Dispater is still like a really strong card. So for the side deck, I just have like additional options. Like I said, I think this deck could be a little bit weak to trap deck, so I have like a lot of Expel and Trap Hate. For decks that are Bestials are good against, you can play more of the Bestials. And then for like those combo decks like Vanadium, where they're kind of like FTK decks in their own route, where it's too much to break through, I think that's where things like Nibiru and Droll can come in for like these like lesser hand traps. You want like big impact cards. I think that's where these cards can come in. But I want to show you guys combos, but before we jump into the combos, I think it's important for you to know how these cards actually work. So as I said, this is a OTK deck, and it's very good at pushing through boards and dealing a crap ton of damage. So yeah, so just really quickly, the yellow dragon, when it's summoned, you search a spell or trap. That's like the main thing. And then once per turn, the battle phase, quick synchro. They all have the effect of quick synchro. All of them. All of the main deck monsters in the battle phase can quick synchro. So very, very important. So essentially you have 3 extra synchros in the battle phase. So something to keep that in mind. So again, on summon, this one searches a spell or trap. When this attacks, or if a monster attacks, you can special a Tenpai from your deck with this one. And if you control a Tenpai, you can special it from the hand. That's not a quick effect though. So if you have it in your hand and you go to battle phase, you can't summon it from the hand anymore. But again, this is just like a free extender in the main phase, which is really, really strong still. Yeah, and then again, quick synchro in the battle phase. And then the green one, when it's summoned, you can target one in the graveyard, special it. Again, it can quick synchro. And yeah, and then your fires can't be destroyed by battle. So this is like a little bit of a protection one, which is nice too. The quick play spell, this card is insane. As a quick play spell, being able to, if you activate it outside of the battle phase, you activate one of the effects, and then if you activate it in the battle phase, you can do both effects, which is add a level 4 lower fire dragon from deck to hand, and then special summon a fire dragon from your hand. So if it's in the battle phase, you just search the Tenpai you need, and then just special the same one, and it just kind of actually get emergency teleport. Obviously, when this is an OTK deck, quick play spell that is just summoning from the deck, really, really good. Disgusting card. Field spell. During the main phase, you could search, then discard. That's every turn. You could just do that. And then fire dragon monsters are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects during the main phase 1. So you just are playing through everything. Like, that's stupid. It's like Miscellaneousaurus in a way. I'm personally not a fan of cards like this that are designed, because it's really frustrating. But hey, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what we're getting, so that's what we can play with. And then also one of the more I don't even think this is necessary, but it's so funny that this even has this effect, where if it's destroyed during the battle phase, you can target a Dragon Synchro you control, and its attack becomes double. This is how we're going to make Trident Dragon 6,000 attack, attacking 3 times. So this by itself with that line is playing through Prosperity. With 18,000 damage is like ridiculous for this deck. So yeah, so that's pretty much the overview of the main deck cards that we got. And then for the extra deck, just very quickly, level 7 Synchro. If it's Synchro Summon, you can special one of them back, and you can't special summon except for Dragon monsters. That's fine. You only need dragons anyway. And then if 3 or more attacks have been declared, you can special summon it from the graveyard as a quick effect, and then you can destroy a spell or trap on the field. And then the big level 10 dragon has the same effect. If 3 or more attacks have been declared, you can special it and destroy a card in the field as a quick effect. So again, you're doing these in the battle phase for even more damage. And then if it's synchro summoned, you can change all monsters on the field to attack position. And then all your opponent's monsters must attack if able. And then also your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. So the first effect of this is actually like the least important, because if you get to this point, the game was probably over anyway. But this is just in here as the level 10 that comes back to essentially be 6,000 damage, which is insane. And again, you're not really using these to pop the field spell. You're using Trident Dragon to pop the field spell because it's just more value. But again, you don't need to do, like, if you get to this, the game's over anyway. You've already done so much damage, and I'm gonna show you what I mean in the combo, which I'm gonna show you guys actually right now. So let's go ahead and jump into the combos. Okay, so the first combo I want to show, just field spell, because I think this is like gets the point across very well of what we're doing here. So we're gonna go field spell effect. To be able to search the yellow one, and then we can discard one of the cards in our hand, summon the yellow one, get the quick play spell, and then boom, we're in battle phase. That's it. That's all you had to do. You're already threatening like over 30,000 damage with this combo. Ridiculous how much damage this deck can put out. So now while you're in the battle phase, you're going to activate the quick play spell, search the fire one, and then the quick play spell can immediately summon the fire one. And you're going to attack with both of these, and you're going to trigger the fire dragon effect to summon the green dragon. So now you have, 3 bodies on the field. You're already doing all of this damage. And then you can use the fire dragon effect to synchro. Make sure you use the fire dragon effect to synchro first, because this one cannot be used with the synchro monsters to synchro into anything. Does that make sense? Like, there's no combination of those that go into anything. So you want to use the fire one first to get into the synchro, and then that synchro brings back one of the level 3s. And then you use the level 3 to then go into the level 10s. So just something to keep that in mind, because the level 7 is a tuner as well. So now you can summon the synchro, bring back another one from the graveyard, then you can attack with both of those, and you get even more damage. Then still in the battle phase, you can quick synchro with the yellow one and the synchro now to go into the level 10 one, and then the level 10 one can attack, and that can do 3,000 damage. Then you're able to use the green dragon, because it's when it's on summon or when it attacks, you can target one in the graveyard, special summon it, so you get back the yellow dragon again. And now you're able to bring back the synchro from the graveyard again, and you can attack with both of those again, which is even more damage. Then you can just use the green dragon synchro, the level 7 dragon and itself off to now go into the Tridian dragon. Use the Tridian dragon to pop the synchro and the field spell. So now the field spell and the synchro can both activate. Tridian dragon goes to 6,000 attack, attacking 3 times. And then you can still use the synchro in the graveyard. Well, I didn't even do it in this replay. You can use the level 10 synchro to bring itself back to then attack again for even more damage. If you somehow didn't kill them, it's just so much damage. It is a ridiculous amount of damage. It's just something to keep in mind. It is so goofy that this deck can do this. I don't think there's ever been a point in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where someone can do this much damage just from battle phase tricks and not like looping anything. It just does it. It just does it for free. So yeah, that's gonna be the first combo. That's like the main one that I want to get across. But again, you don't even have to get this far. Like, you've already done so much damage before that. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the quick second combo, which was just the yellow dragon. This one's like, this doesn't go through the full combo because you don't need it. It just gets to the same point that you're pretty much at in the last combo, which is field spell, yellow, red, right? Because you use the yellow dragon to get the field spell to get red, and then red has that effect where if you control, you can special summon it from the hand, and you summon it in attack mode, and then you're in the same position that you were in for the previous combo to start off with, and then you can just do the OTK. It's the same line. So yeah, the like big damage combos start off with just the yellow dragon or the field spell. Super free, super consistent too, because you just like, there's so many consistency cards in this deck. And then lastly, the last combo I wanted to show was just the red dragon, because this card is also a combo. It's not as strong as the other combos, but it is still very, very good. And it's only because you don't get access to the field spell, right? You can just attack with the red one, summon the yellow one, use the yellow one's effect, get the quick play spell. Then you can attack with the yellow one. Then you can use the quick play spell if you want to. Or you can actually hold this forever. You like, it's so crazy how long you can hold this card for. I don't think I use it till like the very end because you don't even need to. But you can synchro with the red dragon now and the yellow one to go into the synchro. Use that, go into get back the yellow one, attack again, so that you're able to do more damage. Just something to keep in mind, like just how much damage you're doing before the synchro. They're already at 500 life points before this point. Use the yellow dragon effect to synchro, summon out the level 10 dragon, attack with the level 10 dragon. So that's another 3,000 damage. Then you can use the dragon effect in the graveyard, bring itself back. That's another 2,600 damage that you're able to do. And then you're able to finally use the quick play spell to search the green dragon and summon it. Use the effect to get back the yellow dragon. Then you're able to attack with both of these now for even more damage. And you're able to quick play synchro to go into the Tridian dragon finally. Use that effect, pop both, attack 3 more times for 9,000 more damage, then use the dragon effect in the graveyard to come back and do another 3,000 damage. So that was just off, like, that's like the unoptimal line too. That's like the bad line, but it still does like over prosperity worth of damage. Like you're doing over the 16,000 damage you have to do to win the game through prosperity. So like in this deck, prosperity is just a joke. That line of text doesn't matter. It's so stupid. So like I said, this deck obviously is playing Shifter in the deck, so it's helped seeing a lot of success in the OCG. And this is like, obviously, this is so insane. It's so crazy. I can see this deck getting frustrating, and I can definitely see new side deck patterns in this for this deck specifically, so that people don't get cheese killed when they're not, you know, they don't expect it, right? So maybe we'll see some returning old meta trends from old formats, something like Swift Scarecrow from Dragon Ruler, perhaps. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to do it for this profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did. I think this deck's really silly and going to be a strong contender going into the Legacy of Destruction format. I'm really scared of it, to be honest. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and let me know down in the comments what you think about this deck and how you would change it in your own list. So without further ado, have a good day, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.